Okay, first of all, I'm not an interview guru. I rarely ever interview at all, so take this with a grain of salt. But I did have an interview yesterday, and I thought what I did went pretty well. So here's a tip from me to you. Take it for what it's worth. Okay, so when you go into an interview, they're gonna ask you to show your work, right? If you have a portfolio, let's say, in my case, graphic design or art direction, or whatever. So I have a portfolio I have to show. Let me ask you, can you walk us through your favorite project or whatever? So what I did was just quite genuinely, I wanted to learn more about the role. So I just asked them, it's like, hey, just for context, like, can you tell me a little bit more about the role? Because I want to know, because I'm actually curious about it. And then they just told me, they said, okay, yeah, so we're talking about this one particular client. A lot of new work is coming in. This is kind of the work that we do. And we really want to make a good impression next year, yada, yada, yada. So they kind of explained to me. So now I kind of know what they're working with. And it becomes conversational. So that's a great thing that happens is now I'm asking questions about, okay, what's coming down the pipeline? So now I'm kind of tapping into their world, right? So it's not just, here's me and my portfolio and here's my random projects. Now it's like, okay, like I'm gonna try to figure out how I can relate my projects to what you're talking about. All right. So for example, it's like, okay, yeah, I see you're kind of working on like some technical stuff here. I have some projects in my portfolio that speak to that are kind of technical and kind of like hard to understand, but I went and made it very simple and clean, and this is how I solved that problem. And so I had these things I can tap into that kind of bridge that gap. So hopefully they can see me as a solution to their problem, as opposed to just kind of me going through a portfolio and they're silently just trying to figure it out on their own. It's like, okay, that's relevant to us. That's relevant to us. I feel like the more conversational you can make the interview, just naturally just makes you feel more human and collaborative, right? So it's not just, you're not just like a monkey there dancing, right? You're like trying to figure out, okay, I'm here to see if I can help, right? I'm here to see if my skills are a match with what you're looking for. So I don't know. Take that for what you want. Again, I'm not an interview guru. I literally like never interview. So that's why it's stressful for me, and just kind of it's just something that I learned from watching a YouTube video. It's like, hey, just ask, and then just make a conversation in the beginning, and that kind of set the tone. And I think it worked out in my favor. I mean, I think it went well in this case.